Good evening, everyone. Excuse me. It's nice to see you guys again. I know I haven't made a mental health video specifically about mental health in a long time, and I know the previous video I made when I was at the park speaking in Spanish, I talked a little bit about my situation at the time and what I was going through at the moment, but I really just kind of skimmed the surface of it, and I'm not saying I'm in the same situation I was when I was making that video. In some ways I am, and in some ways I'm not, but I have had a really good weekend. I was able to go for a walk in Trexler Park. I was able to study Spanish and be able to do things I enjoy, rest, sleep well, and I really needed it after the several weeks of work because some days were truly awful and were hell. So it was really nice to just do my languages, walk, exercise, which I'm still going to do. Exercise, I mean. I went for a walk later this afternoon. I'm going to do push-ups later, is what I mean. So, thank you again for watching and coming to my channel. And today, I wanted to talk about something that's very important to me and something that I've been saying I'm going to make a video on for a long time. I think it's almost been a year that I've been saying that, but I feel the time is right and I want to make the video. I feel inspired to, and I just hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you can relate to it, and yeah. So, what I wanted to talk about today, and I do have my notes, as I don't want to go off on long tangents and not have context to what I'm saying, so I have my notes. And so what I wanted to talk about is things that help me cope with a day where I'm not doing mentally, emotionally, or even physically well. And I just want to, number one, and this is part of the process that I do for myself, number one is to validate the feelings and thoughts / sensations that you are dealing with. And I fully understand whether you have OCD, another mental illness or disorder, or if you don't, everyone has mental health. And I just want to say that when I'm going through something that's challenging me emotionally, mentally, and even physically, it can make going into work and working the whole day, or if I need to stay later at work for whatever reason, it can make that really, really hard. And I just want to validate the essentially suffering that we go through, people with mental illnesses, or just in general with mental health in general. Everyone has mental health, and have been through some pretty, I will say, traumatizing days where I was a mess, where I was in tears because of either an OCD theme or a situation or a flashback or a memory or something that I was dealing with. And it's extremely hard when all we want to do is stay home and feel our emotions and be sad. And I'm not talking about feeling sorry for ourselves, I'm just talking about not wanting to do anything because either we're so sad and we're dealing with the depression aspect of the situation, or we're anxious, or we're dealing with OCD. And all three of those things can be going on at the same time. So, not to sound repetitive, but I want to validate what you are going through because I know what it's like to go through it when you're going through a difficult time and you have to work and continue on with everyday life and interact with people and do your job, and it can be truly awful. And I think that's something that I've learned how to get through the past 5 years. It'll be almost 6 years next year since I was diagnosed with OCD, and I just want to make that very clear. I understand how difficult it is dealing with mental health issues at work. So, number two, the second thing that I do to help me cope with sadness, with OCD, with mental health issues at work, or while I'm doing a daily necessity. And it's something that I read in a very good book that my mom found online and that my therapist approved when I told him that she found it online. And it's the accept and allow and float and feel method. And it's from this book, Overcoming Unwanted Intrusive Thoughts. It's written by two professionals, and it's truly a groundbreaking book, and I've never read anything like it in regards to psychology or books dealing with mental health. It's truly fantastic, and it's very true and very telling, and it helped me a lot. And one of the steps, as I said, in coping with mental health issues, OCD, intrusive thoughts, and it's called accept and allow, float and feel. What that is, in a condensed sentence that I don't want to make too complex and, as I said, go on a tangent with. Basically, accept and allow, float and feel means you're accepting the thoughts in your head, not that they're true or not that they're telling something secret about you, or the emotions, and you're like, okay, I see them going across my mind, I see them tormenting me, I see me struggling in them, and I just notice them, and float and feel. It's a little more cryptic, but it is straightforward, essentially. And floating and feeling is like, okay, I, number one, accept and allow the thoughts and sensations and emotions to be in my head. I'm doing that, and I'm just going to float and feel through them. I don't have to judge them. I don't have to try to figure them out. I don't have to have them be distressing to me constantly 24/7, which I know for some people it can be, and it truly can be awful. And that's something, this rule that I've used since 2019, and it really has helped me be able to just be like, okay, I may be really going through a hard time right now, and I know that I have to work or that I have to function in everyday life. So I accept and allow the thoughts, I float and feel through them, and I continue with work or whatever I'm doing or have to do the best way that I can without giving 100% of my energy and power and focus on the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, the obsession. And it's something that really has helped me a lot. And surprisingly, work can take our minds off our situation and our feelings and our thoughts. And that can actually be positive, because instead of focusing on that 100%, we're essentially forced to be outside of ourselves, metaphorically, and continue on with what we're doing. So that's number 2. And the third thing that I do to help me cope with my mental, emotional, and even physical health is to go for walks and dabble with languages, continue with my Spanish, lightly exercise, talk to people, speak to a friend or someone that I know who's going to be understanding and compassionate towards me. And I can also share with a therapist or with a parent, essentially what's going on. And we don't want to do a compulsion, meaning we don't want to seek reassurance in other people and what their responses will be to what we're saying. But it's okay to talk with, for instance, my mom. She's been my rock since I've been born, and she is always very kind and understanding and compassionate. And even though she doesn't have OCD, she still has, mental health. So she's able to relate with some things on that level with me. And I'm actually at my favorite park right now, Trexler Park, which I've featured in a good amount of videos here on my channel. So if you're wondering why I'm not at home in my bedroom, I decided to film the ending of this video a few weeks later because I was really tired when I was originally filming it in my room. So to wrap up, I just want to say I completely understand how you're feeling if you have to deal with an OCD theme, you are dealing with mental health issues, and with working, I completely understand, and I just want to say that I'm here, and I'm here as someone who understands how hard it can be to work and perform our jobs daily and interact with people when we're feeling very low and very sad. And with the book techniques that I was talking about, the acknowledge and validate and accept and allow, float and feel, the third one is proceed. And what that means is we're able to essentially proceed with our daily activity, our situation. Sorry. There was just a really hot guy jogging. Oh my goodness. Off topic. Anyway, so we're able to proceed and we're able to continue with our day and our activity the best that we possibly can. And even though it may not be the best day of our lives, it might not even be a really fulfilling day, we can still proceed and use these 3 steps from the Intrusive Thoughts book. And this is something that really helps me. And with one more thing, I want to say that going out of the house is very beneficial, and also planning either day trips or just vacations if you can, or long-term travel goals, that really helps me. And I do have a situation, a possible vacation and language learning journey coming up next year, but that's for another video. So I just want to say you completely got this. I'm here to understand and support you, and I hope this video was able to help you in some way, even if it was a little way. So thank you for watching, and I may be featuring a video within the park again to kind of end this video. So we're in this together, and I wish you the best of everything in your recovery, as well as mine. So thank you.